We're going to do, it's going to be like an all-round practice, but we're going to focus a little bit on twists. Listen to your body as always. And when you're doing twists, try to encourage that twist to come from, this sort of part of the body. Try to keep a neutral spine and try not to sort of lean into the twist. It's better to do less of a twist than to sort of be forcing it or leaning into it. But yeah, it's a good idea to practice some twists because it's something we don't do very much just generally. And I think if you're working from home, it's a lot more linear, isn't it? We're just sort of sitting at the desk and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by coming onto our backs. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. So if that's uncomfortable, you can bring your feet like so with the knees up. And we're just going to place the hands gently on the belly. And you can close down the eyes and soften the face. And we're just going to come into the breath for the first few moments. And I want you to sigh out the first 2 or 3 exhales. As you breathe in, just become aware of the ribs expanding into the hands. And also notice the back of the ribs towards the spine as well. Just bring your awareness into how you're feeling right here, right now. No judgment. Just notice that feeling. As you breathe and just notice the lungs filling up with air, drawing that heart up towards the sky. And as you exhale, slowly coming back. Just breathe in a way that works for you. Just notice the body on the mat. Just notice the hips, the knees, the ankles. Just see how it feels. All the way up towards the shoulders. Back of the head, just resting on the mat. As you breathe in, just notice that breath all the way to the top. And let's exhale all the way out. Anytime during the practice, feel your mind, your focus wander. Just draw it back to the breath as many times as you need. Always listening to your body. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhaling all the way out. And I want you to slowly draw the knees in towards each other on the next inhale. So take your time. It can be quite tough on the hips. I'm going to draw each knee into the chest and give yourself a nice little squeeze and a gentle rock from side to side. And just notice that lower back rocking on the mat. And we're going to come to stillness. And let's inhale as we lift the forehead towards the knees and hold it here. Shoot the fingers away from the body, nice and active. The 3, the 2, for 1, and release. I'm going to take that 2 more times in your own breath. You can hold it here if you want. And release. And we're going to slowly bring the feet to the mat. Bring the arms to the side. We're going to inhale as we lift the hips up, coming into our bridge pose. Engage the glutes, engage the quads, and the inner thigh muscle. So nice dynamic bridge for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And slowly come back to the mat. And we're going to inhale to lift and lower. Lift and lower. So just working the glutes for a few moments. And again, looking at the glutes is so important, especially now that we're maybe a little bit less active for some of us. Just trying to work on those snoozy glutes. And let's just stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And slowly bring the hips back to the mat. And we're going to lift the legs up towards the sky and press the feet towards the ceiling. So we're just starting to work into the hamstrings. We're going to point and flex and rotate the ankles in both directions. And feel free to open and close the feet as well. And we're going to just spend a few minutes on the abs now. So bring the arms to the side, and I want you to slowly just float the legs down, feather them down like so. You can tap the abs to check that they're engaging. Find your point and lift all the way up. Just work through a few of these. And if you find that you're grabbing onto the mat, just lower the intensity because you want to be working the abs. Feel the sacrum on the mat, but keep your back fairly neutral. Let's just acknowledge that curve in the lower back. Just keep going for 3, for 2, for 1. Take it all the way down, all the way back up, and release. And slowly draw the knees in. Just take a few moments here. I'm going to stay with the abs for a little bit longer. So this time we're going to hug that right knee in, and I want you to lift that left foot up towards the sky. So we're pressing that foot towards the ceiling, and just slowly, slowly lower that left leg. Find your hover point, and then just circle it in one direction. And let's take it in the opposite direction. So just keep that leg hovering at a point that is comfortable for you. You're engaging more towards the left side of the abs. And then slowly lift that left leg up in the air. And we're going to squeeze it in. And let's go straight to the right. So lower that right leg. Find your hover point. And let's take our circles in one direction. Remember to keep breathing. And come back. And take a few in the opposite direction. Slowly come back. Draw that right knee in. And just give yourself a nice little hug. That's great. And we're going to slowly bring the feet to the mat, arms by the side. Inhale to lift, coming into bridge pose. And try to open that heart, open the ribs, so we're not pinching at the lower back. So nice space in the upper body. Engage, engage for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Slowly coming back to the mat. And we're going to stick with the abs for a little bit longer. So we're going to bring both feet up towards the sky, and we're going to take our leg raises. So coming all the way down, find your hover point and lift. And you can mix it up a little bit here, so you can exercise into the obliques. So taking it out to the left, taking it out to the right. Remember just to do this to a point where it's comfortable for you. We're going to do 3 more in any direction. When you're ready, slowly draw the knees back in and just take a few breaths and just bring the feet to the mat. So you can just stay here for a few moments or you can take another bridge pose, it's your choice. But it is important to try to rest the abs between each stack. So the next one we're going to do, staying with the abs, is we're going to lift the legs up, and this time we're going to bring them out wide. And we're going to take our circles in opposite directions. And just find your point where it's comfortable for you. So you can make small circles, you can make big circles. Remember to engage the abs and breathe. For 3, 2, for 1, and release. Draw it back in. Give yourself a little time out. We're going to do the same exercise again in a few moments, and we're going to take the circles in the opposite direction. When you're ready, just bring it up, and let's take it again. We're going to stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release, and slowly hug it in. Ooh, you can feel that one. It's quite strong. Just bring the feet to the mat. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Nice. And we're going to slowly draw the knees into the chest. And we're going to come up to our low boat position or your high boat. So however you want to come up. So you can rock up and down the spine. It's entirely up to you. And find yourself in your boat. Keep the spine nice and strong. And we're going to hold it here. And then draw the knees in and open. So we're going from low boat to high boat. So we are working the abs a little bit longer. Just take your version here. The 3, the 2, the 1, and I want you to slowly come all the way down to the mat. Drawing the knees up towards the sky, feet flat on the mat. Going to take the arms out wide. Let's take 3 deep breaths before we move into our twists. We're going to inhale as we lift the hips up, shift them over to the right slightly as we twist over to the left. Remember to breathe all the way in and all the way out. So just enjoy this nice twist. It's quite a good little pose to do after we've been working the abs. Take a deep inhale all the way in. Exhale. And slowly come up on the next inhale. I'll just take 3 breaths here. When you're ready, we're going to lift the hips up, shift them over to the left slightly as we twist to the right. We're breathing into that left side body. Just be aware of any differences on this side. You can just take this twist as deep as it's comfortable for you right now. Really feel that breath all the way in, all the way out. So one more. Exhaling all the way out. Slowly come up on the next inhale. Just take your time. I want you to draw the knees into the chest. And we're going to rock up to a comfortable seated position. So just come there in a safe way. From here, we're going to inhale as we lift the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 3 more times. And let's take some in the opposite direction. Nice. I'm going to take that right arm and take it across the body and just take hold of that right upper arm. So we're just stretching into that right shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep inhale. And exhale to release. And let's take that left arm, bring it across the body. And just stretching into that left shoulder now. Just be aware of any differences. Nice deep inhale all the way in. And exhale to release. And just shake the hands up. We're going to work into our twist. So what I want you to do is take that right arm out, right leg out, sorry, straight. Flex into the right foot and keep a little micro bend in that right knee if you need it. We're going to bring that left foot flat on the mat towards the inside of that right thigh, and that left knee is bent. I want you to take that left hand behind the body Check your alignment here. If you've got a mirror or something you can see in, just to check that you're fairly neutral in the spine. So when we're doing twists, there can be a tendency to lean back because you think it's taking you deeper into the twist, but it's not really. So try to keep yourself neutral. We're going to inhale as we lift and lengthen through the right side of the body and slowly bring that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Don't force that twist too much. Inhale to lift and lengthen, exhale to twist. Take a deep inhale and exhale to release. Just take a little counter twist over to the right. And what I want you to do from here is stay here, bring that right hand on the mat, and I want you to inhale as you lift the hips. So we're just opening the heart. And slowly come back to the mat. And we're going to switch it over. So we're going to open that left leg out, bring that right knee bent, take that right hand behind us. Remember to check the spine is nice and neutral. So as you breathe in, feel that lift in the upper body. Inhale as we lift that left arm up this time. And we bring that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And we're twisting over to the right. So inhale as we lift and lengthen. Exhale to twist. Just work with your breath here. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale to release. Take a little counter twist over to the left. Now let's take that left hand on the mat and we're going to inhale as we lift up. So we're just opening the heart. We're coming into like a weird baby wild thing here and slowly come back to the mat. And what I want you to do is bring yourself into your tabletop position. So wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. And we're going to take our cat-cow breath. So as you inhale, tilt the pelvis towards the mat. Draw the belly towards the ground. Take the shoulders in towards each other. Gaze comes up. Exhale. Let's reverse that motion. Draw that belly up towards the spine. Around the shoulders. Gaze comes down. So just follow through a few of these in your own breath. You take a few figure of eight. Movement side to side. Whatever you need. Just take a few more. Slowly bring yourself back to your neutral spine. When you're ready, slowly bring yourself so you're sitting on your heels. You can untuck the toes at any point. And we're going to inhale as we lift and take the gaze up. Exhale to down. Take two more. All the way up. Nice. And just take a few little rotations of the wrists in both directions. And any other little movements that you need to do on the hands. You can open and close the hands like so. Nice. And when you're ready, bring the hands back to the mat. We're going to tuck the toes under as we lift the hips, coming into our downward facing dog. So I want you to pedal the feet, bend the knees. And make sure you're comfortably breathing into the back of the body as well. Because like I said, there is a tendency sometimes to hang in the chest in down dog. So keep it nice and strong in the pelvis. Breathe into the back of the body. What I want you to do is inhale as you come forward into your plank pose. Roll the knees, lift the hips up, coming into downward dog. And just follow through 2 more of these final rolls. So this should feel quite nice. If there's any discomfort, then just lessen the intensity. We're going to inhale, we lift the heels, exhale to lower. 2 more times. Nice. And I want you to inhale as you lift that left hand up, and I want you to take that left hand to the outside of the right leg, wherever it reaches, and take the gaze under the right armpit. So we're going to breathe in for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Bring that left hand back. Take the right hand this time to the outside of the left leg, and just take the gaze under the left armpit for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Come back into your downward facing dog. Let's take 3 lined breaths in. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands and slowly walk the hands towards the feet. So we're coming into ragdoll at the back of the mat. Take a few moments here. Shake it out, swing it out, whatever you need. Just let the neck hang, relax the back. Just find your point, whether it's the big toes, the shins, the knees, the thighs. And I want you to inhale as you lift and lengthen, straighten the arms. Exhale to release. Follow through a few of these. Remember to bend the knees if you need to. If it's too strong on the hamstrings, if there's any pain in the back. And when you're ready, I want you to slowly start walking your hands back towards the top of the mat, coming back into your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Let's take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands and step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to drop. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Gaze to the sky. Exhale to release. I want you to find your Tadasana. So bring the feet a little bit apart if that helps you. Lift the toes up. Check your feet. Lift the toes up, spread them out as you bring them back to the mat. Notice if there's a difference. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, arms by the side. 3 deep breaths. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back to plank pose. We're going to hold plank. So deep inhale. Exhale, let's lower it down. Elbows in towards the ribs. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Remember to bend the knees if you need to. Look after your body. This is your practice. Inhale. Exhale. You've got the option to hover the elbows if you want to work into the triceps. But if you are doing it again, check your alignment. Make sure you're strong in the back still. Take a deep inhale. Exhale as you gaze between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to release. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back into plank pose. You can stay in plank, you can drop the knees, or you can take 5 chaturanga push-ups like so. Your choice. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let's lower it down through chaturanga. Open the heart, downward facing dog. I'm going to inhale that right leg in the air. Keep the pelvis nice and neutral. Exhale, bend the right knee, bring the right foot between the hands. We're going to take that right hand just to stabilize that left shoulder blade as we twist over to the right. Option to drop the back knee. Keep it strong in the shoulder now. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep inhale. Exhale as you release that right hand to the mat. Inhale, shoot that right leg back. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Take a deep inhale. And I want you to come into pigeon pose on that right leg. So bring that right lower leg parallel with the short edge of the mat or as close as it's comfortable. And you can come into your version of pigeon pose. Look after the right glutes here. Make sure there's not too much hang. You can come onto the forearms. Or you can come all the way down. Where you slowly come onto flat hands on the next inhale. I want you to do next is just bring that left leg all the way round to the front of the mat. Bring the hands to heart center, and I want you to lift that left leg up and down. Just float it here. For 3, for 2, for 1. Take it all the way back, coming back into your pigeon pose. Tap the left toes under. Inhale as we shoot that right leg in the air. Option to come into dog, option to stack right hip over left, coming into wild thing. It's your choice. When you're ready, we're all going to meet in downward facing dog. You can run through a quick 3-legged vinyasa if you want. Your choice. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Remember, this is your practice. You can add little bits here. You can modify poses. Whatever you need right here, right now. Let's take a deep breath. Exhale. Take one more inhale. And exhale as you go between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway in. Exhale to fall. Inhale to rise. Goes to the sky. Exhale to release. So just take a few breaths. We're going to do the other side. So you know a little bit what to expect. We've got about 9 minutes to go. 9 or 10 minutes. So find your Tadasana. Make any adjustments. Shoulders away from the ears. Neutral spine. You're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as we step back into plank. You can take some chaturanga push-ups if you want. And it's your choice. So we're not forcing anything. And when you're ready, lowering all the way down, opening the heart, downward facing dog. So let's all meet in down dog. Just stay here for a couple of breaths to wait for everyone to get here. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale. Feel that breath in the back of the body. Gonna inhale that left leg in the air, nice neutral spine. Keep that pelvis nice and strong. And let's bend that left knee, bring the left foot between the hands. Stabilize that right shoulder as we twist over to the left. Option to drop that back knee, your choice. Breathe in, breathe out. This is a great little twist, and it's also really good for working into the shoulders. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, release that left hand in the air. Shoot that left leg up towards the back, three-legged dog. And let's come into pigeon on the other side. So let's flex into that left foot this time, protect the left knee. Option to come all the way down, it's your choice. You've got to be careful in pigeon pose. If there's too much lift on the glutes, it can be a little bit uncomfortable. So just support yourself here. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly bring ourselves up, and I want you to shoot that right leg out in front of you. Bring the hands to heart center. I'm going to pulse that right leg up. Keep that foot nice and flexed. For 3, for 2, for 1. Take it all the way back. Tuck the right toes under as we shoot that left leg up. Option to stack the hips. Option to wild thing. And we're all going to meet in downward facing dog. You can run through a 3-legged vinyasa if you want. And we're going to meet in downward facing dog. And we're going to take 3 lines breaths here. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands, step or walk feet to hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Stay in the fold for a couple of breaths. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, come all the way up through Hastasana. Exhale to release. So we're coming towards the end of the practice now. We're just going to do a little bit more before we come to the mat. We've got about 5 or 6 minutes left. So I want us to come into chair pose. So you can bring the feet apart if that helps you. But I want you to keep a nice neutral, strong pelvis. Draw that core in together, so nice and strong. Let's inhale as we dip and sweep. You can take it a little bit deeper if it's available. And I want you to slowly bring the hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. So bring that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And slowly in your own time, shoot that left leg back. Coming into a nice twisted lunge over to the right. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, frame that front foot. Shoot that right leg back for your 3-legged dog. And you can come in dog or come through a 3-legged vinyasa. It's your choice. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Take one more inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step, walk or float, feet to hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Exhale to release. And just shake it all out. Take a couple of breaths. And we're going to do the other side. So come into your position to come into chair pose again. We're going to inhale as we dip and sweep. Try to keep the knees in line if that's available to you. Nice strong legs, press the feet into the mat. Let's slowly bring the hands to heart center and let's twist it over to the left. And when you're ready, if you're ready, you can take that right leg out this time. Just breathe into it. Nearly there, guys. Just a couple more breaths. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let's frame that front foot. Shoot that left leg in the air this time. And you can run through a three-legged vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. Exhale as you gaze between the hands. Step or walk feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to bow. Inhale to rise. Exhale to release. And slowly, in your own time, just bring your feet mat distance apart. We're coming towards the end of the practice now. So I want you to bring the hands to heart center and slowly start lowering down into your yogi squat. You can stay here, or you can have a go at crow pose if you want. So if you want to have a go at crow posing, then just bring the hands, have a little play around with how far ahead of you they need to be. Lift the bum up towards the sky, come onto the tiptoes, and just slot the knees in towards the upper arms. And have a little go at bringing yourself forward. So you can lift one foot at a time. When you're ready, slowly bring your bum to the mat. You're going to bring the legs out in front of us, flex the feet. Hands either side. Inhale as we lift and lengthen. Coming into our Dandasana pose. So just staying here for a little while. We've got about 2 or 3 minutes left. We're just working our way towards our final Shavasana. Inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale to release. And we're going to come into our final fold. So just bring the feet together, opening them out like the pages of a book. We're going to inhale as we lift and lengthen from the upper body and slowly come forward. Neutral spine, take a deep inhale and exhale, just let it go. And when you're ready, slowly come up, draw the knees in together and come into your final Shavasana. So just come into a comfortable position. And we'll be here for a few moments. We're just going to start deepening the breath. We're going to slowly start wriggling the fingers and the toes. And let's rotate the ankles and the wrists in both directions. And just take any little movements and stretches that you need. And let's all meet in our comfortable seated position in a few breaths. So when you're ready, you can bring the hands to heart center, or you can keep them resting on the legs or the knees. And we're just going to end today's practice with our 3 clearing breaths. I'm going to slowly bring the thumbs up to the third eye. And I want to thank you for today's practice. I want to thank you for your support and encouragement in this journey that we've been on together for the last few months. I know it's been a difficult time for everybody, filled with stress and anxiety and uncertainty. And it's almost been a bit like living in a limbo now, not knowing what the future holds. Just remember that you are strong, you are brave, you are loved, you are amazing, and you have got this. The inner light in me will always honour the inner light in you. Thank you for today's practice. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks. So I'll see you on Thursday, yeah?
Yes.
Take care, my lovelies. Bye.
See you. Thanks, Shabs. Bye.